I grew up in some hard and unaccommodating situations, and I just did not want to continue to live that life. The Army was actually the best thing that happened to me. So yes, it was the escape that I was looking for. You know, I served a stellar almost 30 years in the United States Army, achieved the highest position, Command Sergeant Major. When we lost a hero, we call them ramp ceremonies, and that's where they're getting ready to load the aircraft to come back to the United States to be with their family, to lay them at rest. We never missed a ceremony. It's just difficult sometimes. You know, I can still see, some of the faces, but they die for our country, they die for our protection, for our freedom. So I never take that for granted. I will never forget. When I was around my soldiers, you got to stay strong, you got to, I'm pushing them, you got to do this, we got to keep going. Just all of those motivational words, but I was not using them for myself personally, so again, smiling on the outside, but suffering on the inside. So I get in my car and I'm driving because I was gonna drive my car off a bridge because I knew that I could not swim. But I did not want to leave a legacy of suicide for my son. So instead of driving to horror, I drove to help. I ended up at the Fort Belvoir mental health counter and said, I need help. And actually, that's how I was introduced to Wounded Warrior Project. It was so many people rooting for me, and none of these people knew me, and they were rooting for me, and I I couldn't. I had to keep digging myself out of the mud with the help of others. And I feel a lot lighter each day. Now, sometimes some people don't know that I'm a veteran, and they are surprised to know that I, a woman, have served, and that gives me an opportunity as a teaching moment.
So, one word.
I love sharing my story because life does not give you second chances, but it will give you a fresh start to make an impact on others so that you can live a wonderful life.